Hello and welcome back to LBPT TV. Today I'm going to be making some super seedy snack balls, which are really delicious and great if you have a bit of a sweet tooth because they're healthy, they're full of lots of good things, but they are a little bit sweet and they taste a little bit naughty as well. You can see that today I'm joined by Mr. Fidget because it's very windy outside and my dog doesn't like the wind, so he's probably going to be one step behind me the entire time. Okay, so we've got here for the seed ball 75 grams of coconut oil. We're going to use about 3 tablespoons of fruit syrup, got 100 grams of mixed seeds, 50 grams of chopped hazelnuts, 50 grams of chia seeds, 50 grams of milled flaxseed. Then we've got a banana, 200 grams of oats, and then for the hazelnut spread, which is going to go on top, we've got 200 grams of hazelnuts, about 75 mils of maple syrup, about 75 mils of water, 2 tablespoons of cacao powder. So we're going to start off by just popping the hazelnuts. We'll do the hazelnut spread first. So we start off by popping the hazelnuts on the tray, then we're just going to pop these into the oven for 10 minutes. Okay, so next we are going to pop the coconut oil into a pan over a sort of medium heat. Then we're going to put that into the pan with 3 tablespoons of this fruit syrup. Now I'm using fruit syrup because that's what I had, but you could use maple syrup, some other form of natural sweetening, so you could use honey, just anything that will sweeten it up but isn't actually sugar, because one of the beauties of these is that they have no actual sugar in. Right, so we're going to let that just melt and stir it all in together. While we're doing that, I'm just going to mash up my banana. Now, you need to make sure you've got quite a ripe banana, otherwise it won't mash very well. This one's been sitting in my fruit bowl for quite a while, so it should be all right. And just give it a good mash with a fork. There we go, that's nice and mashed. So once the fruit syrup and the coconut oil are melted in together, just take those off the heat. And then we're just going to pour in the banana. Give that a good stir around. So the oats are in there, and then we're just going to throw everything else in. So seeds in, chia seeds, flax seeds, and chopped hazelnuts. And then it just needs a really good mix together. Really good with the coconut. Once the hazelnuts have had their 10 minutes, they can come out. So just going to pop the hazelnuts to one side just to cool down a little bit. Whoops! Hazelnuts everywhere! Oh no! Ow, 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 ow. Hot hazelnuts. Then I'm just going to divide the mixture, now it's all well combined, up into little balls. So about 16 balls it should make. It's a bit of guesswork really as to how big to make them, but probably about this sort of size. Suppose they're like little golf balls, and just keep going with those until you've got 16, or obviously if you want to make them bigger you can, or smaller you can, that's up to you. But I think this is quite a good size, a good mouthful. Okay, so once you've divided them all up, I've actually got an extra one there. Going to pop them in the oven. These are at 200 degrees and they're going in for about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, but keep an eye on them. So while the super seedy snack balls are in the oven cooking, we're just going to do the hazelnut spread, which is to go on top. So we've got our hazelnuts from earlier. You need a really good food processor for this, so something that's really strong that will cut through the nuts, because they really need to be well chopped so they are smooth. So this is a bit noisy, so we're going to switch the food processor on and just let them blitz up until they're pretty smooth before adding the other ingredients. Okay, so this is pretty much done. They've been going for about 10 minutes and they are in a sort of paste. So now I'm just going to add the cacao powder and the maple syrup, and then we're just going to blend them again until these are really well combined before we add the water. So once these are well mixed in together, we're just going to add the water. I'm sorry about the noise. Then that should, just look. Oh, it just needs a bit of a mix. Okay, so that's done and it looks amazing and it tastes amazing. And it's just a nice, smooth, chocolatey, hazelnutty, spready, yummy, delicious thing. Going to pour this into a jar because it'll keep for probably about a week if it lasts that long, but I obviously don't need it all for this recipe. I really only need a very tiny bit. So it'll be good for pancakes or just eating with a spoon. It's pretty delicious. So once the balls are ready, then we're going to take them out and let them cool off a little bit before adding the hazelnut spread to them, and then letting them cool and then eating them. There we go. So I'm just going to pop them onto a wire rack just to cool down a little bit so that when we put the hazelnut spread on, it doesn't just drip right off. Once the balls have cooled, I'm just going to put a little bit of the hazelnut spread on the top. So just a really tiny bit, or maybe half a teaspoon or possibly even less, just to give a little bit on the top. Now these are all done, I'm just going to pop them in the fridge and leave them to chill and for the hazelnut spread to set a little bit and then get stuck in.